Hi, my love. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. This is going to be your spirit guide session. I'm just going to get the music started so we can set the mood. Here we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to be setting the intention for your reading. I invite your spirit guides to come forward today and deliver messages that you need to hear. I have some incense going in the background. I have candles lit. I set the tone. I cleansed the space last night, so it feels really good in here. I just want to love the smell of, I love the smell of lavender. It really sets my mood. So I really felt called to pull a divine feminine card for you just to kind of set the energy of your spirit guide session. I feel like you have so many feminine energies around you, and I was really called to use this deck for you. So I'm going to pull a single card, and I'm going to use the guidebook to kind of give you a more in-depth look at the divine goddess that is going to be coming through for you. So the way I read is I shuffle, I pull cards. Everything is meant to be, everything is a message. Things that may not resonate with you at this moment, give it some time. So I always recommend to my clients to take notes in your reading so that you can just kind of remember what we talk about, and then you always will have the link to this video so you can refer back to it at a later time. But taking notes kind of helps you remember some key points. So go ahead and you can pause the video and get yourself a notepad and a pen. But yeah, very feminine energy around you, my love. And I gotta say, I had tried to do your reading prior to this today. I tried doing it last weekend, and I was under so much anxiety. I didn't feel right about it. So I am doing it now, and so thank you for being so patient with me. Okay, this one. Isis. I love it. So let me get the guidebook. Isis, the goddess of magic, sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Sexual energy, sacred energy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message. That your pleasure is a prayer that brings you back to life. This to me is saying, like, don't be ashamed of your sexuality. Don't be ashamed of your the way that you seek out pleasure, whether this is for yourself or the way you pleasure, someone else. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's standing in your own power. I already just flipped right through to the page too. So Isis embodies the pure magic of devoted love. Isis is an ancient Egyptian goddess of love, fertility, resurrection, and magic. And then it just kind of gives a little bit of a history of her. When you select the card, the sexual energy that creates life can also be used to sustain it. It's significant that Isis brings Osiris back to life by making love to him. The metaphor is that by uniting life and death, body and soul, masculine and feminine, and heaven and earth, a rebirth or a resurrection occurs. The sexual energy that sex inspires exists within each of us all the time, latent and waiting to be utilized to create more life. Often our own sexual energy and power is feared or left neglected and unacknowledged. It's a powerful, sacred life force that Isis wants us to integrate more fully. It doesn't require a partner to activate it. It only takes awareness that it exists and the remembering of our heart to our head, our body to our soul. It takes activating the energy of our root chakra and uniting it with the crown chakra just above our head. So you're reconnecting with yourself. Things that may have gone out of touch, you're resurrecting yourself in different ways, and on a sexual energy as well. Isis calls for us to allow our sexuality to infuse and enhance all that we do and say. She is the sacred reminder that sex is holy, and what makes it holy isn't marriage or a certain combination of male and female or masculine and feminine. Sex is made sacred through presence, through our capacity to become fully embodied. So I love that. I think this is a personal message for you, my love. This is for you to know, if you're struggling with sexuality or your identity, or maybe you're struggling with being comfortable with your body. Maybe you are going through an awakening phase of really seeing your body and yourself and your presence and who you are and how you utilize your body, in a different way. So this is a powerful kind of like a rebirth that you're going to be going through, or you are going through. So I feel like this card is coming up to say, there's nothing to be ashamed about, and to own your sexual energy and to utilize it. And if you want pleasure, there is nothing wrong with pleasuring yourself in ways, or pleasuring, someone else, or, it's a whole language. The sexual energy is a language in itself. So I love it. So that kind of sets the tone for this reading for you with your spirit guides. A lot of feminine energy. This is a lot of self-love energy. This is a lot of creative creation, fertility, and not just, and when I say fertility, I am not just talking about fertility as in being able to create a child. I'm talking about creating in general, utilizing your passions and your creativity to make things happen. So, this is a magical time for you for that. And then, of course, getting comfortable in your own skin. So the other decks I'm going to be pulling from are the Spirit Animal Oracle and the Good Tarot. And I'll probably be pulling from the Golden Rider Tarot as well, but we'll see. So now that we kind of like set a tone for the reading, I just want to see. This is strictly intuitive. I don't have any set spread or anything that I use. I just want to kind of see what comes up. So the Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. The Cat Spirit, claim your independence. And the Otter Spirit, you are never alone. So your guides are kind of here to say, one, you're never alone. You may have moments where you feel like you are. Maybe you feel like you just are not connecting with you're not connecting with human beings in a way that you once used to. Perhaps you feel lonely at times. But claiming your independence is key. And I feel like that's also another message from the Isis card as well. Not just honoring your sexuality and yourself and your body and who you are, but also being firm and independent and feeling grounded with who you are. And the Cat Spirit is kind of here to present that for you. It's kind of saying, working on your independence, understanding that you're not alone. You still have a spiritual army around you, friends and spirit guides and past loved ones and, all of that. You may not be able to see them, but you can feel them if you allow yourself to do that. And then the Ant Spirit is coming up, and ants are hard workers. They're all about like the work life. And so the time to collaborate is coming up. So this could be another, like another direction we could take the reading, which is maybe indicating your guides want you to know that a collaboration is in the future. So perhaps that might be a direction to take your, you know, a project you're working on, or this could be collaboration in the workplace. I pulled the Strength card. I pulled the Fortune's Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune, and the Emperor card. Wow. Powerful major arcanas for you, my love. First off, the Strength card coming up goes hand in hand with that independence. So your guides want you to know, they want you to know that you are so much stronger than you allow yourself to see. Maybe you are hard on yourself. Maybe you don't believe in your ability to withstand or to handle situations, depending on what they are. But your guides are bringing the Strength card up to tell you that, one, they are here to hold you up. They are here to give you strength. But I'm also sensing that they're saying they want you to know you are a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. They're revealing the Wheel of Fortune, which is telling me that there's going to be some upcoming shifts in your life. Tapping in, March is coming up for me. I'm feeling Spirit is kind of guiding me to say March is going to be maybe the tipping point where you're going to start to see this wheel moving. You're going to start to see some movement taking place. And then I feel November as well is popping up. So March and November, if you want to take those, write that down in your notes. Those are coming up as key months that I'm kind of sensing right now. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know these may be 2 specific months throughout this year where you might be seeing some specific changes or big stuff happening, okay? It's a 10 card also, so understand that if you've been dealing with some rough moments, that you're at the end of it, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. It's a good luck card. I also see it as a good luck card. So it's kind of like good fortune is coming to you. So you're going to start seeing a shift and changes. You're not going to be as stagnant, which I also feel is what Isis wants you to know too, is kind of, she's like saying, you know, get the ball rolling, like give yourself more credit where credit is due. Be powerful, honor your power, you know, own yourself, and be more comfortable with your body and who you are, so that when these changes start taking place, you can honor them that much more. And then the Emperor card came up. This is the masculine energy. So we have a lot of feminine energy. And before I started your reading, I was feeling very, very, very strong feminine energy vibes. So I do believe that your spirit guides, your angels, or your, however you want to identify them, are very feminine, okay? But the Emperor popping up, this is the masculine, and this is stuff that we're going to be building towards the future, because I pulled this in the future card, the future position. So I'm seeing this as kind of like Emperor energy is revealing more standing firm in your own inner power, feeling more like the king, okay? Feeling like you have more control, that you are a leader. Lions in general, and this is the second lion that you have the Strength also, he popped up here. Lions are powerful. They're leaders. They are the kings. They are they are fearful. People are fearful of them, you know, other animals. They are strong creatures. And there's a lot of pride that comes with lions, you know, as their stereotype. So I feel like as you learn to honor yourself, honor your body, be more comfortable with yourself, maybe perhaps when you start collaborating with other people, or this could just be socializing with a new group of people, maybe you'll be meeting some new friends and stuff. And as you feel more independent, you're going to be more honoring and more comfortable with the more masculine energy of yourself, because we vibrate with both. We have feminine and masculine energies that we align with, but sometimes we gravitate more towards one versus the other because of fears or discomforts and whatnot. So I'm feeling like you do gravitate heavily towards the feminine, and you have a lot of feminine energies that are around you. This could be past loved ones as well. But I feel like there's the masculine, and the masculine is going to start coming out. You're going to start working more with the masculine energy later on throughout this year. So that's popping up in the future. So that's kind of what I wanted to say with that. I love it. So kind of let's just see what's coming up this year for you. Let's look at things that you got to focus on. Two of Earth, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Earth, and the Three of Fire. Yeah, there's going to be a desire for more, a desire for change, a desire for growth, moving on. Okay, as I see the Three of Fire, this kind of represents you're ready to move on with some passions or the direction that you take your career or your creative outlets, whatever the case may be. And I feel like that Page of Earth is an opportunity. Okay, so I feel like what is going to be happening here is you're going to be making and you're going to be at a crossroads. As I always see the Two of Pentacles as like that crossroad card. You're going to be in a decision factor. You're going to have to make a major decision. And it's going to be between two things. So this could be two jobs. This could be two possible pathways. Something where you're going to be making up your mind. And you will be making up your mind. But I feel like you're going to be faced with some challenges with this. You're going to be a little hesitant to do so. Because with change comes, you know, the unknown. And I feel like this Page of Earth is saying you need to be comfortable with the idea of starting over. You need to be comfortable with the idea of being new and being like the student all over again, if that makes sense, okay? So I see the Two of Earth as representing an opportunity, but because it's a page card, it's very young energy, like it's new, it's the Rookie card, okay? And I think my cards, are these cards? Yeah, they're both, I do reversals. Some of my decks I've been reading reversals with, so since this one already has reversals in them, I'm just going to honor it and we'll just go from there. And then the Three of Fire, like I said, the Three of Fire to me is, this is you moving on, okay? Spirit kind of makes me feel like you've been stagnant and you're at a point where you're ready for something new, something different. And your passions are going to be fueling that, okay? So when you find this happening to you, and this could be in March, because again, this is a 3 card. And like I said earlier in your reading, I feel like that Wheel of Fortune is going to start happening in March and then maybe something again in November. I really encourage you to open yourself up to the idea of moving. And this could be figured, like this could literally be a literal move, or this could be, you know, changing pace or changing your direction from what you've been doing, okay? So we have the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a little bit of hesitancy, and I could see why maybe the stagnant energy has been going on for quite some time. You're at odds with yourself or other people, okay? This could be maybe you're tapping into listening too much to outside opinions. Maybe you're not liking your job, or you're not liking the direction that your job is headed. That 10 of Wands card kind of feels like you are always in an uphill battle. You're constantly working hard and you're not seeing any payout for it. But the 5 of Pentacles in reverse is kind of nice, because this is saying you're getting out of this slump that you've been in. So if this is a financial slump, or this is like some sort of financial hardship or a career thing, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse is telling me it's coming. You're going to be coming out of it. You're going to slowly be coming out of it. And again, we got the 10 card, which just kind of shows you're on your way out. So hang tight. If this is like a financial matter, but I feel like there's going to be a desire for change. And I highly encourage you to do so. When I was saying that, this card flew out. So the 9 of Cups. This is a time for you to really take inventory on your life. Are you truly happy with everything that you have going for you at this time? And this includes not just the physical, so like your home and your job and like all the physical things, but this is also the emotional. This is your relationships with people in your life, okay? I really want you to start taking inventory about all of this stuff in your life and tell yourself, ask yourself, are you truly happy? Because the 9 of Cups can sometimes represent someone who they like to put everything out on display for everyone to see how great their life is, but on the inside, sometimes they're not always happy. So when this card popped up for that one, when I was talking about moving on and getting out of a slump, I feel like it's just kind of like it's time for you to really pay attention to what truly makes you happy, and are you honoring that? And again, we go back to the Isis card where it's like, you know, you're being comfortable in your own skin and owning your power and giving yourself a rebirth, okay? Setting yourself free, honoring your truth, that kind of thing. And I just feel like there's going to be some huge changes taking place for you. And I feel like there's 2 major time points, March and November, where you're going to start seeing some stuff happen. And I just encourage you to go with it. I feel like you need newness. You need something different. Don't be afraid of starting over. Finally make that decision and just go with it. So I have the snake spirit, a time to heal. I love it. This is a time like snakes are transformation. They are shedding their layers and they're allowing their new skin to shine. This is a new version of yourself. You are evolving. And then I also pulled out the sandpiper spirit. Be playful. I love it. So sometimes, you know, it's nice to take things seriously. It's nice to be responsible and whatnot. But the sandpiper spirit is kind of saying during this process of newness and inviting change, this is where it's important for you to be playful. I feel like in order for you to embrace the possibility of venturing off into uncharted territory, if you take it too seriously, you're going to like literally cringe at the idea because it's not going to be fun for you. It's not going to be exciting. So I feel like that be playful card is important. Is like throughout this whole process, you know, your spirituality is important and how you transform, but don't take it so seriously. Be loose, be fluid, okay? Try testing waters that you've never tested before, okay? Try things that you've never done before. This is a year I want you to really take risks and allow yourself to be a little bit more fluid, more free, because I feel like you've been living behind a lot of like structure and maybe that's why you're not so in tune with your masculine energy, because masculinity is structure. It's like you have to have your guard up, that kind of energy. And it's like, you don't always need to be like that, you know? I want you to own yourself and own your life, but at the same time, have fun with it. Enjoy your life too. So this is pretty much concludes the spirit guide reading, my love. I hope that this helped you. I feel like I said, I feel like Isis, I feel like there was a reason why I pulled from the Goddess Oracle. So I don't know if you work with Goddess or if you would be open to it, but I highly recommend looking up information about Isis, because I feel like you're going to resonate a lot. And I feel like she popped up. There was a reason why I felt intuitively to pull the deck for you. So I highly encourage you to look up Isis, read up on her, see what she represents. How does it resonate with you? And you never know, you may find a new goddess that wants to work with you. This could be the opening of something new, a rebirth. You've got the snake card, which is, again, rebirth. You're shedding some layers. So there's a lot of change happening for you, March and November. So those are key points too. I feel like you need to move on. I feel like if you've been stagnant, it's time for you to get get the ball rolling. And then also with this 9 of Cups, it's take inventory on yourself and your life, and are you truly happy, and are you representing yourself in the most honoring way. Okay. So my love, I wish you all of the best. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me in email, and I wish you all of the best. Bye-bye, my love.